Hey, vinyl community, it is Trevor back with another flat round and spun. I know this is shocking that this is 2 days in a row getting videos, so surprise. So, like I said on my last video, my wife got a new job. She's going to be working from home, which is great, but the music room, we had to give her the office here. So, she needed the room. So I moved everything that was actually on the other side of this room over to here. I had this huge cabinet of, first I had a bookcase with a bunch of all this stuff in here, which I don't know, sometime soon I might do a video of. It's not a room tour, it's a wall tour, which would take all of, a minute. And maybe I'll just tell some stories with that. But, so anyway, I also had this huge cabinet with a bunch of DVDs, mostly music-oriented concerts, whatnot, a few movies in there too. So I needed to get rid of them. As you can tell, I still have a bunch over here that I kept, because I couldn't find them online digitally, so I kept some of them. I gotta organize that at some point soon. But I took probably, I don't know, maybe 150, 200 DVDs to a record store I would go to often in Tacoma called High Voltage, and they were asking, do you want to do a cash or trade? I'm like, trade, of course. So, I can get some actual vinyl stuff. So, they tallied it up and gave me the number. I'm like, cool, that works out for me. Because, I thought I was going to get a little bit more, but, the stuff has been sitting in this cabinet for years unwatched. So, what the hell? So, anyway, this is my haul from High Voltage Records here in Tacoma, Washington. First thing I did mostly buy records, but I grabbed a couple t-shirts too, because next week I'm flying home to Detroit to visit family and friends. My nephew graduated high school, so hitting his graduation party, and of course just hanging out. But I wanted to represent the store with the High Voltage t-shirt. This is monumental because I normally hate yellow, and most of my shirts are black, so that will make my wife happy that there's something else. Though I did buy a black t-shirt too. Something from Record Store Day last summer. One of my favorite albums of the 80s. Don't like much from this band post that, but just their first record. But Age of Coral from the Cro-Mags. Love this record. Quintessential New York hardcore, as I said before. Now onto the records. First one I grabbed, I was happy to find, because all I could ever find is the 30th anniversary box set. So this one I actually just got the standalone album. Actually saw these guys 3 times on this album cycle. 2 of those times they were opening up for Metallica. I saw them both nights in a row, and then later on saw them headline. And that would be the Cult Sonic Temple from 1989. Great record, and I believe this is how Metallica got hooked up with Bob Rock, who later, in the following year, recorded their self-titled album, better known as the Black Album, and that one sold a few copies. So, Sonic Temple from the Cult, Ian Astbury, Billy Duffy, and Jamie Stewart, I want to say, is the bass player. And a bunch of other drummers. There's a drummer on the album, but Matt Sorum, who later was in Guns N' Roses, was on the tour. Then There were a couple of Judas Priest albums I was been looking for, and they're actually cheaper there than at Amazon, which I was very surprised. So I got from 1977, Sin After Sin. This is also produced by Deep Purple's bassist Roger Glover. Great songs on here. Sinner, the Joan Baez song Diamonds and Rust. What's another great one? Dissident Aggressor. Slayer later did a cover of that too. So, classic album. And then from 1979, I want to say, 78. Killing Machine. And in the States, it was known as Hellbent for Leather. This one's also got tons of classics on it. What we got here, Delivering the Goods opening up, Hellbent for Leather, which is classic. Green Manalishi with the Two-Pronged Crown, the Fleetwood Mac song, and Running Wild. Great stuff. A lot of the stuff was on the live album afterwards, Unleashed in the East. Also known as Unleashed in the Studio, because there's a lot of doctrine in that. Next was, I got the last two albums from this artist, and this one I actually have never heard. So this is, I don't want to say it's a blind buy because I'm familiar with the artist, but I just never heard this album. But this is the soundtrack to, I guess, Blood Machines, the music done by Carpenter Brute. I got the last two albums, which is Leather Teeth and Leather Terror. Love those, so I'm guessing that this is gonna sound just as cool. Kind of a 80s movie electronic music, so it should be cool. So I'm glad they had that there. So that's Carpenter Brute. And then finally, one that, if you see the stuff that I've been presenting to people here, lots of metal, hardcore, punk rock, this one might come as a surprise because I actually do really like this band, but I had this CD, and this is one of those bands I'm pretty good with, just a collection, best of, greatest hits, whatever you want to call it. But that is, the album is Bang, and it is from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I actually like this band. I like this record. It's a nice compilation. Of course, Relax, the big hit. Two Tribes, I remember as a teenager being really cool. There's a cover of Edwin Starr's War. Another cover, Ferry Across the Mersey. And I believe there's another, oh yeah, they do Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run on here too. But and I really dig the ballad Power of Love on here. Really cool song. So that was my haul from selling a bunch of DVDs. So I think it's a pretty good trade. The DVDs are just sitting there. These will actually get played. So if you got stuff that's just sitting around and you're like, you know, do I get rid of it? Go do so and see if you get a trade in. You get more credit for it. So that's my haul. So there's a couple idea videos I got down the pike, so look forward to those. I might do some on the road stuff next week because I'll be in the lovely land of Detroit. There's several record stores I want to go to there. Hopefully I can make to most of them, if not all of them. And we'll see what we get there. So anyway, great to see you all again, and we will see you later.